We are live! We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and I tried my best to put both cameras really close to each other so that it looks like I'm looking at both of you when really I have two cameras going on. Thank you so much for coming. So normally this is a Q&A, but today I want to do two things. I want to talk to you about regrets because I found a hilarious journal entry that I wrote when I was 21 years old, and I want to read it back to you. Number two, I'm going to get you out of your head and actually doing something for yourself, like now, like yesterday. All right? So stick around because I have a little bit of homework for you, okay? It's going to be really good. If you really want to change your life, this is what it takes. It's work. Things are not just gonna magically happen. So this is what I have for you about regrets. My notes. All right, first of all, when you hear the word regrets, immediately, I don't know about you, I get defensive because I actually was at I was at a speaking event a few weeks ago at Boston College, and one of the students asked me, what are your biggest regrets, or what sacrifices? I think that was his question. What sacrifices have you made in your path, right? Things that you regret now. And me and the other presenter, we kind of looked at each other and we're like, I can't answer that question because everything that we have done to build our business, to live our lives, everything has been for a reason, right? If I were bogging myself down with regret and sacrifices, then I would be a very unhappy person. I probably wouldn't get out of bed in the morning. So I don't think of the choices I've made as regrets. I don't think of the choices I've made as sacrifices. As soon as you do it, it stops being a sacrifice. It starts being the thing that I had to do to get things done, to do what I had to do. So that's, I mean, that's a really healthy approach, right? To not be bogged down by regrets. So I don't want you to be bogged down by the past. Forget about it. It's already done and over with. What I want you to think about is your future, right? Because right now you have control over what happens in your life right now. And that's what I just want to bring to the forefront of your mind. I want you to be lying awake at night thinking, oh my goodness, am I doing the right things for my future? Am I just going to be doing exactly the same thing I'm doing right now, but 10 years later, how would I feel about that? That's the stuff that I want you to think about, all right? Because when it comes to regrets, the only one that really that really kept me up at night was the regret of, reaching retirement age. And I say this all the time because it's so real in my mind. Getting to retirement age and looking back and seeing that I did not do anything to change my path. Right? That I started out as a corporate person and I never left, and I just kept getting promotions. I kept getting a bigger paycheck and a bigger paycheck and a bigger paycheck, and I started to buy houses and I had started having children, and then things just spiraled out of control. And then I'm 65 years old. It's time for retirement, and I look back and I'm like, what happened to all those business ideas that I had? What happened to really trying to make it on my own and be my own boss? That's the biggest, the pinnacle of regret that I never want to have. And it took me a while to actually, leave my job and do it, but I didn't leave my job to do this. So I can't get that much credit. Something happened in my life that led me to have to leave my job, and I took that as an opportunity to finally, kick this off and do this full time. I am very happy that things worked out that way, but I wasn't brave. I didn't just quit my job and said, I'm giving this a try. I was not brave, guys. So what I want you to think about is, if it was 10 years from now, right? Calculate the age for you, right? And you're at that age and all these things are happening in your life and in your family. Would you look back to 10 years before, to you right now, and think, why didn't I do X, Y, or Z? Why didn't I try to pursue my ideas on the side? Why didn't I even look into it? Why didn't even I Google it? What were my hang-ups? So I found something that really made me think of the reason for this live cast, and it was a journal entry that I wrote when I was 21. 21, guys. I had just finished an internship with a major Fortune 100 corporation, and they offered me a full-time job for after college. Now, I don't regret taking that job. Who knows where I would have ended up, right? And my life turned out okay. I can't, like I said, I can't look at decisions I've made as regrets. But these are the thoughts that were going through my mind, and it took me 15 years to actually work on a business full time for myself. So I was not brave, guys. But these were the thoughts that were going through my mind back then. Listen to this. Is life doing little things that make you happy one by one, always making sure you are kept satisfied? Or is the success and happiness of your life directly proportional to how much you sacrifice today? Now, that was speaking to my always thinking about the future. I'll make sacrifices today in order to have a better future. I've always acted that way. I always just, with hard things, I close my eyes and I just do them. Except, quitting my job and actually doing something else. I guess I was too chicken for that. But yeah, that was speaking to that. So like, is this what I'm doing? Just preparing for the future now? Is that what I'm constantly doing? If I truly believed that you just live one by one, happy moment by happy moment, I would just finish college and move to England and try to find a job there doing whatever just for the experience. Now, that's one of the things that I always wanted to do. In fact, I think I said in the next sentence, if I'm all about planning for the future, how much sacrifice today is really worthwhile? Is it like winning the lottery? The more you gamble, the higher the gains? I'm sure there's a more idiomatic way of saying that. Because if that's so, I could spend the first 50 years of my life working towards the future. And once I get there, I'll be too old to remember why I did all that in the first place. Yes, I'm a futurist wuss. I'm a today sacrificer. I let good offers come my way and take my whole perspective of the world and happiness away. I'm a corporation's dream, ambitious for all the wrong stuff. I wish I could just forget that money even exists, and I could just go off and do whatever I want. I want to work as a waitress in a busy restaurant in France. I want to live in a tiny apartment in England. I want to call elevators lifts. I want to go out and be able to blend in with the crowd. I want to make just enough money to live. You only live once. Why wouldn't you go and do something like that just for kicks? Capital letters. You only live once. You're only young once. I would hate to say, I'll just try that other approach in my next life, because that's not gonna happen. I mean, it's not like I can write a note to self and remember when I'm born again. Never mind the whole being born again thing. What is preventing me from going out and doing whatever I want? The fact that I keep getting money offers and I keep taking them. Money sucks. It's controlling my life, and everybody else's, it's the eighth plague. So I'm going to stop right there. I wrote that when I was 21. I was already thinking about all of this junk about money and about not being able to do what I wanted when I was 21. And so what I want you to think about, because I'm going to wrap this up, I like to keep these short and sweet. I think you guys get the point. What I want you to do right now, your exercise, your little homework, is I want you to sit down with a piece of paper and I want you to write down, sorry, I just heard the baby crying. I need to go. I want you to write down a letter to yourself. Pretend that you are yourself 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. Think about how old you are, how old your kids are, where you live. Think about all that stuff. I want you to sit down, pretend that you are that person, and write a letter to yourself now. And say, hey, I know you're going through all these things. This is what I wish you had started. I just wish you had Googled how to do this. I wish you had taken this course. I wish you had worked on this other thing. I know that things are hard right now, but I really hope that you will take me up on this, because 15 years later, you're basically in the same spot, and I really wish I had started working on blank 10 years sooner. That's you right now. 10 years from now, you're gonna wish you had started today. So before I go, I wanted to let you know that I am about to launch a 5-day challenge at the end of June, and I want to make sure that you are in the loop. I don't have the registration page ready yet, but it's going to be 5 days when I'm going to give you probably like 15 minutes worth of homework each day to get your venture started, to get your blog started. I'm going to help you, get these things done. It's going to be a little bit at a time for 5 days, and I don't want you to miss it because it's going to be a lot of value. I'm going to be there live every day answering your questions and guiding you through it. So to make sure that you get those updates, go to inacoveney.com/join. All right, that will sign you up to my mailing list, and I will let you know once the challenge is ready for you to go sign up. So don't miss it. Go and do that. I'm going to take care of family. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you have any questions for future Q&A live sessions, you can go to inacoveney.com/askina. Submit your question, I will answer it live. And I think that's it. That's all I had for you. I'm going to put all these links in the description of this post. Have a wonderful day and have a great weekend.